back to the golf. Where was I? Oh, I think I was talking about how I got the feeling that the one guy was not satisfied with my golfing at all. My first inclination should have been when he drove his cart with my jelly roll still sitting on it, so it was just dumped on the green. That was the first or second hole. I think I held on to my coffee the whole time, because I would have been pissed off if I would have dropped my coffee, or if it would have spilled. And then, along the way, I was offered a cigar, and I was freshly, well, I had been 18 for how long? Over a year, I think. Anyway, I'd never smoked, so I thought, alright, I'll take a cigar. And then, here's this thing to slice it open. What the hell do I do with this thing? So it was just awkward, and then I got it ready to go, and then, who has a light? I had to look for a light. Does anyone have a light? And then I lit it, and then I didn't know how to smoke it, so I was just like blowing and sucking, and then it would go out. So, and that too fell off a few times because the guy would drive away. Just any way to passive-aggressively say, you are a piece of shit on this golf course. Not as a human, but as a golfer. And maybe a colleague, who knows. Because, tangent, weeks before I couldn't even get the ball into the mug in their putting green in the office. So why would I even go on this thing? Because I'm a dipshit. The end. So, but as time went on, it got even more clear that he was not interested in me being along. Like, I believe it was intentional, driving me straight into a pine tree branch, or taking off when I wasn't even on the cart. These are things that could be accidental, but I think they were pretty well planned. Then we got towards the end. We were waiting to go on the putting green, and a wasp landed on his hand. And I thought, alright, I'm one of the guys, I'm not going to say anything, because I've been frightened, or concerned, I should say, about wasps, because I'm paranoid that I've never been stung. So, actually, I may have been stung by a tiny kind of bee when I was younger, but I'm not entirely sure. So I thought, I don't want to go into anaphylactic shock on the golf course and die at somewhere that I shouldn't have been in the first place. So I thought, alright, I'm just going to keep calm. If I don't bother them, I'm not quite sure what gender. Robes, I think it's the ladies, or females, I should say. If I leave them alone, they should leave me alone. Or myself, my body, whatever. Then it is flicked in my direction by the one man who does not like me, and I thought, this is going to be bad. Luckily, he drove right away at that second, so I thought, that one might chase me, but it didn't happen. And that was the first successful hole I did that day. It was, I don't know, about a yard, and I thought, dunk, this isn't going to make it. Hey, it went in. But no one cared at that point. We had lost by many, many strokes. And along the way, I had dropped my sunglasses somewhere on the course, and I thought, fuck, they're gone. But the only woman golfer said, I found these! So I got my glasses back. Then we got back to the clubhouse, and everyone was having apples and chips and snacks. And I thought, oh, I may have brought money. I don't want to spend money. I wish these were free. And then one of the men said, one of the executives I liked there said, you sure you don't want anything else? And I said, no, thinking I don't want to spend any money. Alright, we'll take the tab now. He was paying for the whole thing! Everything was on the tab! I don't even think that was, it may have been split evenly once they got back to the office. This was a Sunday, so the next day, but it seemed to me that everything was paid for. So I did not take advantage of that, so I was mad. And then I had to call my house to say we were done. I'm sure my dad was still upset. So I called, and then I waited and waited and waited and watched golf on TV, which was very boring, and waited and waited. And then the car came, and he was still angry. Then we went home. And later that day, we went to the picnic, which I missed a few times because where the fuck is this park? It was out in a suburb that is overdeveloped and just a bunch of ugly houses. Then we finally got there, and it was good. It was fine. And that's basically my golf story.
I've never seen that happen before.
Hmm?
I've never seen that happen before. A divot.
Oh, thank you for the divot. So
I reminded you at halftime.
Yeah, I know. I just forgot. So I made a divot while putting on the green, and one of the manager's big executives said, "Oh, I've never seen that before." Reminded me of I don't know, just a big oafish movement. But yeah, I'm not a golfer because that takes skill, which I do not have. I'm a word guy, I'm a detail person, I'm not a very good... I mean, it's just too large, the golf course, and the likelihood that I'm going to get something into that small space is just not very large at all.
The likelihood of the large space.
Likelihood. Large space being the massive area that the golf course takes up. So thank you for listening, assuming you're still listening. That is just a slice of my life. So, I'm going to condense this because there are too many pauses, but that won't be in the footage because it'll be condensed. So stay tuned for future videos.
What if you don't know how to condense it?
Then it will be a nice thought, but never followed through with, which I'm good at too. Thank you for watching and listening. I don't know if you have this minimized while you're playing Angry Birds or working on homework, or you just left your phone on and
why are you assuming
on.
they're watching this on their phone?
Because phones get YouTube these days, and you just press it and it's up. I'm thinking optimistically that this is one of those trending videos.
I died!
Alright.
I haven't died on that level in a really long time.
I have to tend to a funeral, so I'll be back shortly. Thank you.